Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Do you know what I've realized, Nelson?
What's
this
that?
is a testament to how fast and loose we are with this podcast.
Yeah.
There is on the little board that we use to record, there is a system.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons that a lot of people like this board is it records a backup recording.
Oh.
So in case anything were to go wrong, it
Yeah.
records to an SD card.
Yeah.
We've literally never used
Not
it.
us. Not us, Campbell.
I'm just looking. There's still a full card worth of backup recording that we have available because if we lose an episode, it's gone.
It's one of those things that you have to record in the moment.
Yeah.
You know?
But the thing is, we would still have it, is the point.
No, Campbell, you're missing the point. An SD card is considered
Dated.
You're basically ridiculed by the podcast society if you...
Yeah. We know podcasts that record on SD cards, and each of them are cowards. So we always say.
I hate all of them with passion. You might not be able to tell the difference. We can tell the difference.
Yeah. But I just want people to appreciate that we do have at our disposal a system that would be more secure, and we do not use it.
Yep. Anything could happen.
Yep. That's what
And we wouldn't be prepared.
That's what keeps it so lively.
It's like living every day as if it was your last.
Yeah.
This recording could not could cease to exist. So do it like it's the...
Yeah. So...
No, I feel like that should be the opposite. Anyway,
the point is, just in case, obviously, subscribe.
Oh yeah,
subscribe and rate the podcast just
subscribe.
in case.
Yeah. We'll get that out of the way because if it does cut out, we still want you to risk listening to another episode that cuts out halfway through. Anywho, Gambo, let's get into Reddit on Reddit.
I've been eagerly waiting.
This is what I read on Reddit this week. This is by Twazier. And it said the theory, this was in the subreddit, interesting as, and they said the F word.
Oh my God. We would never curse on this podcast.
No way. Theories as to why we have not made alien contact. So, this is kind of an infographic.
Okay.
And it says, why haven't we found aliens?
Yep.
An analysis of the problem. Because I don't know whether you know, Cambo, but it is a problem that we haven't found aliens yet.
Yeah. Or we have, and we're covering it up. For some reason.
Yeah. And that's
for some reason, the government's like, well, people can't know. And someone's like, how come? And they're like, fire him.
Yeah.
He's asking too many questions.
the one main question that we don't like getting
well, obviously, because then people could help us fight or research against them.
Yeah.
Like, well, that seems like a good thing. Fire him as well.
Not for the government. See, maybe that's why it is a problem. It's like non-government people see aliens as the solution to, like, advanced medicine.
Right.
And curing world hunger or something like that.
Yep.
So it's a problem that we haven't found them because they are the solution.
This is the only reason I can think of for a government cover-up of aliens.
Yeah.
They found the alien at Roswell in the 50s, and the alien said, now that your planet knows about us, we're going to come and F you. I would never say the full word.
Yeah, obviously not again.
We're going to come. We're going to invade your planet because we know that the general public will know about us. And that's the weird rule that we have.
Right.
Is when we are common knowledge, then we invade. And the government, for our own sake, has then kept them secret.
I have a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm surprised, but go on.
Is there a secret war going on between these aliens and the people that do know about that alien. That's why some people see UFOs and stuff is because they're sending in troops to just fight these few people that know about the aliens.
What that is they're trying to be spotted.
Right.
They're hovering around Earth in orbit.
Because that's the loophole.
They'll abduct a couple of people here and there, and they'll be like, they'll tell their friends. But then the government's like, no, they're crazy. It's like, oh, God damn it.
Don't believe it.
Why do we have that rule
you got us
that
again.
we need to be generally known about?
Yeah, I see. It is...
Airtight.
I'm going to stop asking questions
because this isn't the point.
Because I've realized it's not going anywhere. Okay, here is some reasoning behind it. And let me just, if you have some thoughts on these, Cambo,
sure,
please
give them to myself.
Let them be known because otherwise it's going to be a boring segment. Okay, the active search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI or SETI.
Yep.
As some people would know,
has
been ongoing for half a century. To date, no ET signals from stellar systems have ever been detected. Here are popular theories on why our search has come up empty.
Okay.
The first one is called the rare Earth. Basically, we're unique. The rare Earth hypothesis argues that planets with complex life, like Earth, are extremely rare, and that intelligent extraterrestrial life is highly improbable. Hence, we are one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. I see. I don't mind this. And also, like, the known universe that we know about is such a sliver of the potential universe that if 1 in every 100 billion planets is populated, there could still be billions of planets with life that just aren't reachable.
Yeah. See, I think my problem with this theory in general is that it sort of assumes, it doesn't say, but it sort of assumes that there is, the universe is finite, you know, and so there is an end to it. So that if we are in 1 in a trillion, billion, gazillion, then we could literally be the only one in the universe. But my impression is that the universe is infinite.
Well,
so therefore we can't be the only one because there's literally an infinite amount of planets. Yeah. So there'd be lots of different iterations of this one.
It's the big question, isn't it? Is like, how big is the universe? Because there is a theory that it is ever expanding, and in that sense, there will always be planets being created at any given time, like this one was. Or there's also theories that it's like kind of like a globe. So there kind of is no end to the universe in the way that there's no end to a ball, because you would just essentially eventually keep going around. And both of those, I think, have some credibility to them.
Because no one knows. So you can say anything about the universe and there's some credibility to them.
When Douglas Adams in the 70s was like, there's a restaurant at the end of the universe.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, maybe. But we can't say no.
As far as we know, there's a restaurant.
Yeah.
God, that'd have to be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's the whole appeal.
Or really bad, cheap real estate camper. You get food poisoning every single time. It's impossible not to. Okay, here's another one. The Gaian bottleneck. They didn't survive. The Gaian bottleneck hypothesis by astrobiologist Dr. Aditya Chopra suggests that alien beings are all dead. They simply didn't make it. Life forms on habitable planets failed to emerge quickly enough to stabilize the planet and pave the way for more life.
Yeah, is this similar to there? I know there's a theory, and maybe it's coming up later on that no species has managed to like achieve interstellar travel without first becoming extinct in some way, and like it's the nature of life to kind of inevitably go extinct. So there could be other life like teeming in the not so much the solar system but the galaxy.
Yeah,
but it is just the nature of life to go extinct before you ever evolve to that point.
Yeah. I think that I actually like that the most. I think that to me sort of makes the most sense, especially because it just seems like the creation of technology is slow in comparison to the rate at which humans are killing themselves. And you kind of have to have one to you have to sort of destroy. In fact, we had a shower thought last week or something about killing the environment led us to realize that we were killing the environment.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing just has to exist for every intelligent life form on any possible planet.
Yeah.
Is that you eventually get to a point by destroying the planet and doing all these horrible things like, emitting greenhouse gases from engines and whatever to eventually make machines like computers and stuff for you to work out that you're too far gone, basically. And so it's just inevitable that will.
It's funny because you would think that may have happened billions of times to billions of different species. And everyone on those species would have had a group of people being like, oh, why are people always complaining about the bloody environment? It's not that big a deal. And every one of them has gone extinct.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It would be interesting to see as well a planet, if at all possible, that is devoid of religion.
Yeah.
And how much further that species might get. Or not just that. I mean, religion definitely has in the past sort of halted scientific progress, but I'm sure there's like plenty of different varying factors. Like for one thing, I think what's interesting is war produces a lot of technological advancements. So maybe there's like worlds out there that have either had more wars and more scientific advances, or no wars at all, and maybe they're not.
They're still primitive.
Maybe they're still primitive, or maybe it has like, I don't know, in some counter logic way, it has made them more advanced. But anyway,
like it's a slower beginning, but then it's maybe it just like snowballs.
It ramps up, because nobody hates anybody else.
Here's a question for you: if they were to find life, 100 different types of life on 100 different planets, and they all individually turned out believed in a god, would that make you think more about the fact that maybe there is?
I divert to Ricky Gervais's comments on stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
Where he says, somebody would come up to him or say like, "Oh man, atheists would hate it if God was proved to exist," and he's like, "No, we wouldn't."
Yeah.
He's like, we're saying that there's no proof that he exists. But if you gave us a glass of godliness and we were to examine that glass of godliness and prove that it in fact was godliness, then we'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
It's just logic. That's we don't care that whether a God does or doesn't exist. It's just right now we have no proof to say so.
Yeah.
So I would say 100 different people, 100 different galaxies is probably. I still feel like there needs to be more proof than that,
right.
Even though that's quite a lot.
Would that move the needle for you to be like, okay,
maybe a little bit, yeah, to be like, okay, but I'd need to be like, well, what basis do you have of, why each planet thinks it exists, and also, I don't know, like if it was very specific as well, like his name is Jimbo the Mule Jones,
right?
And everybody had that in every different year. I'm like, that is specific.
And we're the odd one being like, we've been calling him God. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's Jimbo the Mule Jones.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's him. Anywho, okay, here's another one. The Great Filter. Earth was subjected to the Great Filter. 5 mass extinction events, but nevertheless evolved complex creatures. What if all habitable planets were hit with killer asteroids, scorched by solar flares, torn apart by geological upheavals, seared by supernova blasts or gamma ray burst radiation, and that of all worlds, only Earth successfully hurdled the stumbling blocks?
Well, this is close to, there's actually a theory, and it's supposed to be a joke but it's in the TV show Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
That I've always thought was kind of interesting, where one of the characters says to another, he's like, why are you so fascinated with life? Why can't humans be an accident? Like, what if they are a disease that happen to have happened, and they shouldn't happen, and they do destroy the planet, and no one wants to get near them, because if you get humans on you, they will inevitably start destroying you as well. Yeah. So they're just some weird cosmic accident. And I actually don't mind that as a legitimate thing. It's like the Earth shouldn't have humans.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just life in general. I
yeah,
guess, but
the universe shouldn't have humans.
maybe humans.
Yeah.
Tigers aren't really doing that much to destroy the world, are they?
Yeah, yeah. Unless, you're a gazelle.
Yeah, that's true.
Then they're the fucking worst. Oh, they're effing worst. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But this one as well, just again, to me, seems like you're not thinking of an infinite universe. You're thinking of
Finite, yeah.
finite. Anyway, the Great Silence. Alas, we're not worth it. The Great Silence hypothesis posits that advanced beings who belong to a Type 3 civilization on the Kardashev scale, able to harness the energy output of a whole galaxy, simply do not reach out to insignificant carbon-based humans. Why bother with Type 0 bipeds?
That makes sense, I think. Like, there is...
No.
There, like, imagine that there is an advanced civilization and that it's like, look at them, they're cute.
Yeah.
Running around killing
See,
each other.
that's exactly why I feel like we'd know they exist. Because it'd be a reality TV show campaign.
Oh, that's true.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. If they were advanced enough, they would know about reality TV.
Yeah.
It's cheap to produce and it rates well.
Exactly.
They would know that. We're a level 0 and we know that.
If I've watched the National Geographic channel before, very interesting to watch stupid animals.
But maybe we are, because I don't think those animals are aware that they're on a TV show.
Oh my God. We're being filmed. More podcast listeners.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Think about that.
Because we've often said, well, maybe we should stream this, like get cameras and stuff like that. No, we don't need to. It's already out there somewhere.
We should do this outdoors. Early birds. Earth had a head start. How far into this episode are we? It was like really far. No, we've been worse before. Okay. Early birds. Earth had a head start. In a study, Dr. Peter Behruzzi said that compared to all the planets that will ever form in the universe, Earth is actually quite early. The last star will burn out 100 trillion years from now, and 92% of planets are yet to be born. We are the first, but not necessarily the last.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd never heard that one before.
Yeah.
That we're the first. That's an interesting concept because
that would suck because
it doesn't matter if the universe is infinite.
Yeah.
We are, the
first, but that would suck because we're ballsing it up pretty bad.
Yeah,
like we're almost done.
Yeah, but then maybe, hopefully, a future civilization finds us. Yeah. It's like, oh, don't do that.
What's this Reddit on Reddit? There's so many episodes here.
Yeah.
With their historical documents, we have to listen.
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him. Don't forget to subscribe.
On whatever
Rate
platform you extraterrestrial beings may listen to. Probably Apple Podcasts. No, probably Spotify for us.
Spotify, yeah.
As our back-end statistics tell us.
Here's another one. Not life as we know it. We've had it wrong all the time. ETs may not be biological beings like us at all. Noted astronomer Lord Martin Rees said they might be machines, not organic creatures. So we should be looking for solar harvesting, non-carbon-based structures instead of listening for radio signals. I think that's kind of a bit weirder than I thought. But the idea of like radio signals being specific to Earth seems like a plausible thing.
Yeah,
maybe not every carbon life form is going to develop radio signals.
Because we could meet life, and they're
them.
like, "How are you transporting sound?" And we're like, "Oh, well, waves." Like, waves. That's so embarrassing.
We've got kites.
Yeah.
Didn't know you could do that.
So it's interesting that he's like, maybe they are machine, like not carbon based, which would be so weird if they discovered our Earth in which we make machines.
Yeah.
Because it would be like finding a planet full of machines that make carbon-based life.
Yeah.
To do like our jobs.
We'll go to the planet, end up talking to the toaster.
Yeah. Just a normal guy.
Yeah. A long road ahead of us. Basically, we've got a long way to go and a lot more searching to do. SETI has barely scratched the surface of the radio universe. There are many more wavelengths to scan, so we shouldn't give up hope yet.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I think obviously.
That's
like the
cop
cop
It's
out
up there
one.
for 20 years. Haven't heard anything, guys.
Yeah,
Let's,
yeah.
let's call it off.
Pack it in.
If we haven't explored the universe in 20 years, I mean, we're just never going to. It's way bigger than we thought it was.
Yeah, because it's really big.
We only just got to the edge of the solar system. Do you know how many solar systems there are in this galaxy? Millions.
It does seem like a really dumb thing to put as a reason, doesn't it? It's like, why haven't we found aliens yet? Because we haven't yet. That's literally what it's saying.
That's the equivalent to someone that goes to the gym for a week and is like, I don't see any difference. This is ridiculous. It's not working out. What's the point?
Yeah. And the last one, probably on a similar line, just based on the title. In a galaxy far, far away. 46.5 billion light years is the distance to the edge of the observable universe. And in brackets, that's really far.
Cool,
We've scanned for ET signals to just around 40,000 light years from Earth. That's exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
46.5 billion light years to the end of the observable universe. We've done 40,000. That is a pathetic amount. We haven't even out past the bounds of our galaxy, which is 100,000 light years wide. Alien intelligences could simply be too far away for our current technology to reach. Yep. Honestly, probably that.
Yeah, probably that.
It's probably so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like picking up a grain of sand and being like, "Has this got anything?"
Yeah.
Nah.
This beach is pointless.
Yeah. Right, Camber. Let's get into Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Hi, I'm Zach.
Oh.
How do you ruin a funeral by bringing only one item?
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
One. Now, we've ruined weddings in the past.
Yeah. What did we do for that?
I don't even remember. What we were talking about exploiting the
Try to
weather.
have sex with a bride?
No, exploiting the weather. We were going to hold the weather hostage or something.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't quite remember. Anyway, the point is they had to pay us a lot of money.
Anyway, loopholes. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying.
And while that is applicable somewhat to funerals, bad weather isn't necessarily going to dampen a funeral, is it? Yeah,
you still, when you plan a funeral, you're still gonna, it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. So the question is, how do we ruin the other side? Because wedding is the celebration of life and marriage and everything to come, and funerals are the celebration of the end of someone's life.
Good weather.
Yeah, oh my God.
People are like, I'm stuck at this funeral. I want to be at the beach.
We'll even bring like some kind of like a majestic animal to hop past the window. Oh my God, is that a deer? It's so beautiful.
Man, outside is great. Oh, I'm inside crying. Yeah. Thanks, Mum.
Vuvuzela would do it.
Vuvuzela.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. How many times do you reckon you'd have to blow on the Vuvuzela before somebody stopped you?
Just
once?
Second time.
Oh, yeah, the second day, yeah. No, actually, I reckon third. Second time, they're like, so maybe this is going somewhere.
No. I think here's what it would be. First blow. Is that a vuvuzela? Second blow. That is a vuvuzela.
Yeah.
Third blow. Stop blowing the vuvuzela.
No. I think third blow. Okay, I'm going to have to ask about why he's blowing the vuvuzela. So then you've got... So maybe you do get stopped.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, you're a friend of Jeremy?
Yeah, right, yeah.
What's,
love him. Yeah.
What's the...
Sorry, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Did he want you to do this?
God,
this...
No. This is off my own back.
Okay. Okay. I know I'm laughing now.
Yeah.
But if you don't stop that fucking vuvuzela...
I'm bringing the mood up. It's a bit glum in here is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is a bit glum. You know what? Keep it going.
No, I fixed the funeral.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. This guy's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So vuvuzela, pretty good.
Yep.
And
I think in the grand scheme, quite cost effective.
Yeah.
You're not paying a lot to buy a vuvuzela.
It's a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel you could achieve the same thing with a piano accordion. Just sounds that people don't generally like.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like a yak. I've heard they have annoying sounds that they make.
Yeah.
Just walking a yak. I'm thinking blow up doll.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Sit next to you, but be really sad.
Yeah.
Dress up the blow up doll in like like a black dress.
And I think if anyone asks you, you should be like, Jeremy would have wanted this.
Yeah.
Who's gonna say anything against that?
Yeah, that's true. That should be. You could just pretend that Jeremy had been having a relationship with this blow up doll.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be? I was like, I was literally the only one that ever knew.
A little paper, taped to its back, property of Jeremy.
Yeah.
He wanted her to be here.
Yeah. And then you go up to the coffin and you open it up and you put the blow up doll in and then you close it again. It's what he wanted.
Doesn't work if they're cremated, obviously.
Yeah. No, you still go to coffin first.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. You just when you get the ashes, there's a bit of sticky bits. Also, maybe depending on the death of the person, let's say they were shot. Bring the gun.
Because sometimes at some funerals, they'll have the casket open and people can go up.
Yeah.
You like, remember this?
I'm sorry. Are you saying remember this to the dead guy?
Yeah. Remember the gun? Bro. I didn't know whether you wanted me to bring it or not. It's especially glum if they've committed suicide with the gun. Then you're really ruining that funeral. If you went to Kurt Cobain's funeral with the shotgun, and we're like, hey, Kirk, remember this? You and it were pretty close.
I'd bury him with this.
It was between this and the guitar. I brought this.
Which had more of an impact on his life, huh?
Wow, yeah. One of them made his life, the other one ended it. I think one of them was more powerful, to be honest. I still got a shell in it. I'll take that out. Don't want any accidents to happen. That would ruin a funeral.
That would ruin a funeral. We've got it.
Yeah. Whatever the death weapon was.
Death weapon.
Bring it to the funeral and present it to the dead body.
Yeah. How about, I got a good one. Use a stingray to Steve Edwards.
The thing is, we can say this because we're Australian. So it's not offensive.
It's fine.
You just bring any stingray. Like, hey, Steve. Is this the one?
You try and patch up the hole with this.
Did I get it? Oh, I got this one too. I got a second one here. We'll do one of these. Steve? Okay, a Bindi.
Did you see the hole in your dad's chest? Is it, which one does it look like? This stingray or this stingray?
I'll be honest, I got these two, but there was heaps of them there. So it could have been any one of the ones I didn't get.
I can get more.
How long is this funeral going to go for? If you give me a couple of hours, I'll come back with two more. These two, I'll be honest, look the guiltiest.
Oh, boy. I got another one. Okay. This is by Winters. I don't know. What's your biggest first world problem?
Oh man, I have so many.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's great. Okay,
the biggest one can be.
I don't know. I can tell you what my most recent one was.
Okay,
and this is such a first world problem.
I think first world problems. The most recent is the biggest.
Yeah, that's true.
By virtue of first world problem.
This one made my girlfriend roll her eyes.
Okay, yeah, that's how you know it's a good one. Yeah.
I have a pair of sunglasses, and they're quite nice sunglasses, and they're kind of rounded. But the problem is my phone has the Face ID. But when I wear those particular sunglasses, it doesn't recognize my face.
Yeah.
And when I'm driving and I have it on my dash and I try and open it, it won't recognize my face.
Oh, that's annoying.
So I came home the other day wearing a new pair of sunglasses. And she was like, are they new sunglasses? Like, yeah, because my phone recognizes my face when I wear these ones. So now these ones I'll have in the car when I'm driving. And the other ones I'll just... That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's It wasn't so much the problem, but the solution,
Right.
which was the worst part.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
What about you?
I
What
really
about
like
you?
that. I think that's gonna be better than mine. Mine is. I have a car.
Yep.
And it has like central locking, right? From a remote central locking,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And
What a pain. Yeah, go on.
oh, what a pain already. And it just stopped working recently, and it was sort of
So just quick, you can still put your key in and unlock.
yeah.
Right, go. Go.
It's not that my car is at the last place
yeah.
in which it worked. It's just sitting there racking up parking fines. So
Right.
really need to get that one day. No, but so it's just kind of stopped working. So I can put the key in, but then some of the doors are so bad that the key actually won't work. So it stays unlocked. So I have to lock it from the inside permanently, and it just stays locked.
Yeah.
But so I went to a auto electrician, got them to have a look at it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it's this little plastic part that he's like, they're hard to come by. It's just this small thing. It's just for some reason crappy design.
Yeah.
All these types of cars are like that. He's like, it's going to cost $500 per door.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, it's $2,000 to replace the
What about the
remote central locking. That's fine.
Okay.
Different system, something, I don't know. And I just thought, I'm so annoyed by this problem that I don't have remote central locking, and I could fix it, but it's going to cost me $2,000, and I'm annoyed. And some people out there don't know what they got. You know,
So
you got remote central locking, Gambo?
were you to solve the problem in the same way that I solved my problem? Just come home one day with a new car. But that far, the other one was the lock was a bit funny. So.
That is honestly the solution. It's like, I'm not going to spend $2,000 on my old-ish car.
Yeah. I mean, it's not old.
It's not
just
old-ish. It's just old-ish. It's not even 10 years old, I don't think. It's like maybe 5, 6 or something.
The problem is we have listeners, and I'm not going to name them, that email in their fancy cars as if to taunt us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think maybe my solution is him.
Yeah.
Buy his car.
Buys a car. Yeah.
No, that's rude. Don't buy his car. Just send us yours.
And you can have Nelson's.
You can have mine. I'll get the locks fixed. Don't worry about that.
The steering wheel will be on the wrong side for you, but it's not that big a learning curve.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's gonna be on the wrong side for me.
Would you still?
But I don't have to drive it. It's
Well,
Tesla.
Yeah. That's a great point.
I'll be in the passenger seat the whole time.
Being like, this feels right.
Okay, Camber, let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by, I think we've had this person before. Pikes Peak. I think it's spelt funny. Anyway, or maybe it's Pike. Anyway, today I learned about Marion Stokes, a Philadelphia woman who began taping whatever was on television in 1979 and didn't stop until her death in 2012. Wow. The 71,000 VHS and Betamax tapes she made are the most complete collection preserving this era of TV. They are being digitized by the Internet Archive.
I do like that she did dabble in Betamax there for a while.
Yeah. Wasn't sure which way it was going. Covered all her bases.
Just to be safe, I'll get one. And then I reckon 3 years later, she's like, piece of shit.
No, I get on this VHS. It's the best. Probably taped the ads.
Yeah.
I
am always amazed at no matter what ad you're thinking of, someone has put it on YouTube.
That's true.
Why do they have them?
Yeah.
I was talking the other day to my girlfriend. I don't know why we were talking about this, but and these are, I think, Australian specific ads. So apologies for alienating 60 to 70% of our listenership. But there were yogurt commercials that featured like a stop motion gorilla and snake.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they were weird, right? And I go, there's so many of them on YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, who recorded these?
Yeah.
Isolated them and was like, well, I'll pop them online. Someone might.
I always imagine it's the advertising companies.
But like they were like VHS scans from like some random YouTube channel that was like, you know, someone's name.
Okay.
So it's not like it was I don't remember the company's name. But like it's not like it was from their official channel or anything like that. Someone had scanned and panned VHS of that ad.
Okay.
And uploaded it onto YouTube.
The only reason why I say I assume it's the advertising companies is because I know there's this whole like subculture of advertising that we only, barely understand, which is advertising companies and marketing companies and whatever. They have a whole bunch of awards and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there are awards all the time, in all parts of the world about who's done the most awesome advertising campaign. And I think even if the ads are crap, it's people like that would like look at that and be like, oh, isn't that an interesting ad because they did this differently in this and or this is a bad example of an ad because it did so poorly or something, just like weird things like that.
The other thing I could kind of comprehend is maybe someone like worked on that ad.
Yeah.
So they always had a copy of like a friend of ours was in a Coles ad.
Yeah.
And like it's not on TV anymore, but he must have a copy of it somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Surely.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think he probably does anymore. I think he
Should
did it
we-
not like that.
We should find it online and grab it before it disappears.
Yeah. Nah, it's gonna be up. Somebody with it.
Yeah.
There's like 4 guys in
Yeah,
there. They
One of them's quite well known now.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
He's from Auntie Donna.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Don't know what I was gonna say, but I think ads. You know what's a good ad? The panda one. You know, it's like panda cheese or something.
The panda that throws a hissy fit every time.
Throws a hissy fit.
It's good because you pitch the ad once and then you just keep doing it.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
What if he's in an office this time?
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah. Okay. What if same thing but supermarket?
Yeah.
Yep, that's good. It's another ad. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's right next to the cheese. That's perfect. Didn't even think about that.
All right. Now is it a public pool? It's great. That's really good.
Yeah.
You sell cheese there.
Is somebody going to be eating cheese? It doesn't matter. Okay. Put cheese in the whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's funny. Is there really much stuff for a panda to knock over at a pool? Whatever.
I like that how much ads have evolved in such a short time. Because like in the 50s, there would just be a guy in a suit being like, smoke these cigarettes.
Yeah.
And people would be like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, if I have to.
I actually love cigarette ads from the past. I think they're brilliant because it's such an interesting concept to watch something that is definitely so toxic for you. It 100% causes cancer.
Yeah.
And for them to be like, ooh, it's got a smooth taste. And there's like some chick surfing or something and smoking at the same time. You're like, what is this? This is wrong.
This is cigarette based more than advertising based. But we were talking earlier about Mike Pence, the vice president. And I recently listened to a podcast all about Mike Pence. So I found out some really interesting things. And one of them was that part of his campaign when he was a governor was that he used to also have like I think it was either a talkback radio show or a TV show or something, some kind of public access thing.
Yep.
And one of the episodes, he was like, yeah, tobacco's not that bad.
Yeah.
And he's like, 2 out of 3 people that smoke tobacco don't die of cancer. I'm like, but wait a minute. That means that 1/3 of people that smoke it do die.
Oh my God.
That's some weirdly backwards logic. That obviously
cigarette
people were
company
like,
are probably like, oh, even that's too high. You probably shouldn't have said that.
but there must have been people out there like, that's a good point.
Yeah.
2/3 of people don't die.
Yeah.
And people never talk about them, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's kind of like the anti-vaxxer logic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, well, not everybody gets diseases. So then logically, you shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Because not everybody will die from the measles. getting back to this lady.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, this is what I find sort of fascinating.
Yeah. How many channels could she record at once?
Okay, I was thinking about that. All right,
Yeah.
let's go down that rabbit hole. I mean, one, right?
Yeah.
Until like at least well into
the 2000s, maybe.
Yeah. Or maybe I feel like there was some fancy systems after a while. But who's supporting this habit? 71,000 VHS and Betamax tapes.
And now, I mean, you obviously get them for a steal, but I remember having to buy them, and they were a couple of dollars each.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, the blank ones. Yeah, that's right. But
unless she's recording over old stuff.
Yeah.
She's borrowing people's VHSs.
Yeah.
Give us your VHS of Top Gun. Like, all right, you're not going to record over it with TV, are you? Because last couple of movies I've given you, you've recorded over them with TV, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm getting quite suspicious.
Yeah. And I really like Top Gun. Yeah, I think. Hey, I just want to watch your wedding video.
Comes back with the Brady Bunch. Like, what the? Miriam.
Honestly, wedding videos are shit anyway. I think Brady Bunch
especially wedding videos from the 80s and 90s when it was a camera at the back.
Yeah. No editing.
Now at least, they're kind of slickly edited and they look like a movie trailer or something. And you're like, oh my God, I look better than I really do.
Yeah, that's right.
So good. Because the day, I'll be honest, was kind of boring. But you put it together in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And in a 3-minute package, it's pretty good.
Looks exciting.
Skipped over the bit where everyone sits down while we sign papers.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's real boring at a wedding.
But Camber, I have a problem with this lady.
Yeah.
Getting a bit of fame, bit of praise, really, for doing something that I think does not deserve any sort of praise whatsoever. I don't. The only time where this is going to be relevant.
Yeah.
The only time ever this is going to be relevant is when somebody's creating a film or TV show and they're like, oh, it's based in the late 70s, early 80s. What was on TV here that time? You've got some dude who's trying to justify his job. So he researches the history, finds these archives, and he's like, this was exactly what was on that day at that time from this lady.
Because the guy's like, because if we get it wrong, people will know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, dear, people will know.
Yeah.
And I don't want those letters coming in. I'll be honest.
Yeah. I'm not going to answer them, all right? Because I want to do the research.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like, I don't think we need this.
Yeah.
I think we can just let it go.
The question is, when does something like this go from being crazy to amazing?
Yeah, that's a good point.
For years, everyone's like, that is so weird that she's just recording everything.
Yeah.
And then at a point, someone else being like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
At 70,000? Oh, that's
71, yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm hoping the same happens with this podcast.
Yeah.
Obviously we're not there yet.
No,
People are still wondering.
Around the 300 mark. Everyone's like, they're
why
really
it
giving it a fair
exists.
go, haven't they?
Yeah.
There must be something. I didn't hear it, but there must be something there.
Yeah. Maybe I should go back and listen to it. See, that's what she's banking on. Nobody going back and checking.
Yeah.
I bet you about 30,000 of those just blank tapes.
And the guy just hasn't got to him yet.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
going to get to him. He's like, oh no, she's conned us.
Yeah. And as if you wouldn't, if somebody's got 71,000 VHS tapes, as if you wouldn't think that you've somehow destroyed 20,000 of them by accident.
Yeah.
If somebody hands you 71,000 VHS, you're going to take their word at the fact that they did this.
I guarantee you this, all 71,000, not all of them would have been rewound.
Oh my God, yeah. Boy, that would be, maybe she go into this one automatically rewind so once it gets to the end. Oh, but she has to quickly change out a tape, right?
Yeah, you would think. Yeah, what about the bits she's
the
missing?
logic of this is...
What about the bits she's missing?
What if she
There's might be 2 to 3 minutes in between each tape that you're like, well, what was on then?
What was happening then, Marion? Yeah, pretty dumb. And also, what, like... Does that mean she was at home like all the time?
Well, here's the thing. Her favorite invention would have been the long play feature on a VHS.
Oh, brilliant.
That could tape for 8 hours. I remember that. That was a big deal.
8 hours.
So, for instance,
When was that invented?
my auntie had a cable television, and when there would be like a marathon of The Simpsons, say, I would give her VHSs, just other people wedding tape and stuff like that. Yeah. And then she would long play record the whole marathon for me over 2 to 3 tapes.
Yeah.
So maybe she's setting them up, going to work, come back.
Is there a disadvantage with a long play?
I don't know. It's kind of like when a flight is like, hey, we're going to make up a bit of time. I'm like, I don't know how.
Guys, let's just do this all the time.
I don't know how flight paths and scheduling works in the air, but shouldn't you always get there quicker?
I bet you one day they're going to be like, hey, guys, I'm just going to teleport today.
Wait, what?
Wait, we can do this the whole time?
Imagine the captain. This is your captain speaking. Running a little bit late today, so we're going to go ahead and teleport. Yes, it was invented about 20 years ago. I only really use it in emergencies, so...
and no peanuts.
Yeah.
Pretty worthless is what I'm saying.
What a pointless thing to have done.
I think that was my point. All right, let's maybe get into shower thoughts. Let's do it.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Cisco. There wasn't a question mark at the end. At some point in the next decade, there will be a final veteran of World War II that is still alive out there, and we may never know it. That person would probably feel like they are true victor of the war, to live their life to its fullest despite the terror they experienced.
That's a very depressing thought. Because, do you think it would be better or worse to know you're the last one? I think it would be worse.
Indifferent.
I mean, you've been through a war. That's hardly the worst thing in your life is to know you're the last.
Yeah.
Because the battles were probably worse, I'll be honest.
Yeah. I think you'd be like, I just want it to be over.
Yeah.
I've been living a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, how would you feel about that?
Well, because I think maybe it's just my own ego. I'm not sure. But because then I'll be like, oh my God, it's so close then.
You're so close to death.
Yeah, because if I'm the last one.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
I
must be pretty close.
I'm going to be the guy that gets put in history books as the last guy.
Because I'm so old and I'm so close to death.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good
people
point.
are writing about me because of my age.
Yeah.
It's
not good. Yeah.
That's really the clock has started, hasn't it?
You've either been born really premature. People are talking about that.
Yeah.
Or you're
people are writing about my age at the beginning of my life. That's all good.
Yeah.
If people are writing about your age at what you expect is maybe the end of your life.
Yeah.
That's when you start getting a little bit suspicious.
Yeah. I did also think this is like a little bit funny in that they said that person would probably feel like they are the true victor.
Yeah. Haha, gotcha, Hitler. What?
Yeah, it's like he's
a victor now.
Yeah.
He survived the war. He's already a victor. He's not looking at other veterans being like, yeah, one day I'll be the one.
Yeah. Is it the point of all wars? I've missed this. That you are the last survivor. Yeah. Everybody's just looking at each other in the army.
That's why
it's gonna be you.
That's why I want to know who won the Civil War. Yeah. Who was he?
Yeah, who was the guy? Yeah. Who's the last one standing? And what did he decree?
Like, oh yeah, the North won or whatever like that. But I don't know who actually won. Yeah, because it could be someone from the South.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah. Get the records out.
In a way, he'd be like, ha. Got him. Bring back slavery, boys. Everyone's like, no, granddad, no.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think they should be able to, if you win a war like that, you should be able to have one law that you put in place.
But that's the thing.
Just forever.
If the last person to die from World War II was a Nazi, the Nazis win.
Yeah.
By this person's logic.
But it's only one rule.
But what if he's like, you know the what? Oh no! That's the. I'll be honest. That's the biggest one.
That is the worst. You've chosen a big one.
Yeah. We'll burn books if you want. No.
But you did win. So we are obligated to. If we otherwise we're no better than animals without rules like this. But now I'm sort of wondering.
Yeah.
At the same time, like I am potentially in a war with everybody that was born in 1989.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be the last person who was born in 1989.
You have the slight advantage that you were born towards the end of 1999. There's 2 months between you and
Gives me a leg up for sure. Yeah.
You're in the top 80%, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, that's...
Oh, no, so top 20% technically, sorry, yeah. There's like 80% more likely people will die before you that were born in like January.
Liking those odds.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what my law would be.
You want to win 1989?
Yeah.
That's a good. That will keep you alive. I think if you're on death's door, you're like, nope.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is still alive. I know for a fact she had an album called 1989.
Yeah.
I'm not letting that bitch win.
So, how is she still alive? She must be doing so many drugs.
And she's just looking at you through the window, like running her finger across her throat.
It's just me and her.
Did she do this to me? Mouthing, I'm gonna win.
Yeah. Her teeth fall out. Oh. Anyway, I'll keep you all...
You're like, oh my God, Taylor Swift knows who I
am. Here's another one. This is by Bakunikaran. A lot of people that park like an arsehole aren't actually arseholes. They just park next to an arsehole who then left.
Well, sometimes. I think...
This happened to me the other day.
Did it?
There was a guy who... It was just like a 90-degree park, and he parked way too close to one side. So then I had to park way too close to one side. Yeah. And then when I got back, it wasn't there. Just looked like an arsehole.
But I would say someone that parallel parks on a street and their arse is sticking out, not necessarily the fault of anyone else, like in front or behind.
No, but I think that can be the same. In fact, a street very close to us is like... People, for some reason, don't ever park in between the lines of like indicated parking spots. So there might be like a spot left that's like 3/4 into the designated lines that somebody's done. And then if that car moves and there's a free space ahead of it, it's like, this guy's an idiot. He just needed to move up like another 6 inches and he would have been fine.
But this theory is like no one is an arsehole that parks. They just parked next to someone else that was an arsehole. But then there is originally people that are arseholes that park.
But not if there was somebody before that.
So
No, can't be. You don't understand. What if there was somebody before that?
But I'm saying who was the original?
But the person before. Oh. Yeah.
Who started this cycle?
Henry Ford.
Yeah.
He's faster. Probably if you invent a car, you've probably, you don't know the etiquette of parking.
Yeah, you would have parked anywhere.
Park anywhere.
Park it in the middle of the road because it's like, I'm the only car.
I'm literally the only one.
I'll park it here.
I mean, there's horses and stuff at that time. So, does it start with the horses, Campo?
Oh my God, this could go back to mules and all guys.
Some guy tethering his horse so that its butt sticks out a little bit. My God.
Yeah, I think we've unraveled something. We won't go into it just for lack of time.
Yeah, that's right. It's going all the way to the top. Adam and Eve, that's where it starts. This is another one. It's by... Oh my God, it's by the same guy. What the F?
Thank you for censoring yourself.
Bahanukaran. I nailed it the first time, but I thought I'd just say it again. As a kid, a wiggling tooth is exciting. As an adult, a wiggling tooth is terrifying.
Yeah. Or even just, I had a toothache the other day. I'm like, oh my fucking God.
No,
what is this?
Yeah.
What is this? I'm not going to check it out. And it stopped now, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to get into those ones. I disagree though. Okay. When I was a kid, a wiggling tooth was terrifying.
Really?
I was like, I don't want to experience the pain that goes along with this.
Right.
I don't know why. Was I abnormal child?
Yeah, I was always pretty excited about it because there's no cold hard cash I was getting, Nelson.
Oh,
you remember this scam? You lose a tooth, someone gives you cash.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm talking $1. I'm talking $2.
I've got a lot of teeth at the moment. And I really need to fix the locks on my car doors.
I get you.
Take them all out.
Yeah.
Like, can I fix them now? No. You've got $53. Oh.
How much does it get my teeth replaced? That's $2,000.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
This system does not add up. Did you ever do the tie your tooth to a piece of string on a...
No, that
to a
seems
door?
like the worst way to do that.
It seems like the worst way to do that.
Just get it like something to pry it out. But who was like, door would do?
Yeah.
Like that's a weird leap from one to the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Like who slammed a door and was like, that moat, that force.
Yeah.
Pull something small, something that's already loose. I've got a kid. Oi! You got any loose teeth? Get in here, bring some string.
Even if you don't, it's fine.
And then he did it, because it was definitely a he. He did it.
It was.
And
too.
then told his friend. And his friend was like, that's good. I'll do that too.
Yeah. I won't point out the flaws in this. That's genius. I do once get like baby tooth removed via dentist because it was like poking out at a weird angle, and I could wiggle it, but I could not for the life of me pull it off. And it was like, and I had like everybody in my family basically had to go at this tooth, and nobody could get it off.
Tried every door.
Tried every door, broke the doors. One of them was a garage door, camper. Just kind of slowly descended. Anyway, it was the worst. This is my thoughts. I've got another one here. Maybe this is the last one. I don't know.
Yep.
You'll never know. Camper.
I mean, I have to eat the theme at some point.
I mean, you will know. This is by Relaxing Cat. It's hard to let someone know that they're bad at taking criticism.
How would you do it? Do you think? I think you need to trick him. You need to be like, you need to be like, I know this person.
Yeah.
That cannot take criticism.
Yeah.
And you tell them about it and they're like, yeah, that sounds the worst.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Yeah.
You're like, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You
It's
agree
you.
with me, right? About everything I've said. Correct? Yeah, definitely. All right. Twist.
Yeah.
It's you.
No, it's not me. No, because I take criticism really well. And that is wrong, factually. So
yeah, how do you do it?
I think you have to do it in a way that is. I feel like this is like when I was reading that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of talks about this, but not directly about criticism. But the idea is that you kind of just lead people to make decisions themselves. It's kind of like I can't think of a good example, but rather than just like telling somebody. Actually, I remember an example from this book, and it was talking about these employees that were smoking in a particular area that they weren't meant to smoke.
Yeah.
And so the boss went out and he saw them there, and instead of being like, "Hey, you bloody idiots, you shouldn't be smoking here," he's like, he like got out a cigarette for each of them and gave it to each one. And he's like, guys, I know you're concerned for your own safety. I mean, they're smoking cigarettes, so probably not. This was at a time, I think, before everybody knew camera. I know you're concerned for your own safety, and I don't want you guys to be getting hurt about these sort of things. And it was just kind of this like delicate way of sort of saying, look out for your own interest without telling them they're doing something wrong. I think you need people to make that own decision for them.
Yep. I think there is another way to do this as well, which is a little bit of reverse psychology, because they're not good at taking criticism, but I'm sure they are good at taking compliments. So you're like, you know what you're really good at? You're so great at not taking criticism well. And then we're like, I do want the compliment. Because then at least I have to acknowledge it as a compromise to want to take the compliment, not want to take the criticism.
Does that fix their?
But
behavior?
it says
Doesn't
it,
have
it
to
says
fix their
it's hard
behavior.
to make them aware of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Job done.
Job done. You've done
I've
it.
done it.
Done it,
I'll
Cameron.
write a book.
So
Pretty short. In fact, no one steal what I just said.
because that is the
Yeah.
title
'Cause in a few
and
months-
the content.
in a few months, please pay for what I've just said.
Yeah. All right, Cambo. Let's get into podnapping.
Oh my god, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another podcast, and we do it ourselves.
Yep.
Cambo hit the jackpot this week.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what happened?
You listen
I
to a
was
podcast.
not listening to any podcasts all week because I was like, I've got all week to think about a podnapping segment. And then it came to today, this morning, and
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll do it today when I'm on the train. I'll listen to some podcasts. Forgot my headphones. Super annoying. Super annoying.
Yeah.
So I got to work and then ended up leaving through the day. I was like, I seriously have nothing in the podcast is tonight. I'm really worried. So I just went on to the podcaster and just looked. I just read the description of a bunch of podcasts.
Yeah.
And was like, oh yeah, maybe we could do that one. Oh, but it's still kind of hard. Like maybe I need to listen to the entire episode, which is like 45 minutes long, to get the idea of how to do their podcast. But I finally came across one.
I'm just looking. Is that the bottom of the barrel I see?
Or it could be the surface. Gambo, there's a lot of podcasts out there. Okay. No, and so I found one
Yep.
called The Birthday Game.
Ah.
It's very new.
How was the podcast?
So I did listen to.
Oh, you did.
Not the entire episode. I maybe listened to like
Is it
5 minutes, I want to say.
I would think that sometimes, mainly for smaller podcasts, it might be flattering to like, oh, well, that's nice. They did our segment. But now it's getting to a point where if we do their segments, quite insulting. Like, look, I didn't listen to it. It's just it filled a gap that I had.
yeah. Really needed just anything.
Yeah. And it was there.
No, but I think this one's quite a good one.
Okay.
Obviously, I don't know whether their podcast is any good. I only listened to 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But it was by Richard Osman.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Is he one of the Osmond family?
Uh,
It's like Donny Osmond and the entertainment family?
no idea. I don't
Okay.
know who those people are.
Okay.
Possibly. No, actually, I don't think so. I don't know. He is the host of, or one of the hosts of the game Pointless. It's like
Oh,
a UK
right.
TV show.
Mhm.
I think he's like the smart guy. You know
Yeah,
how they
yeah,
normally
I
have.
think I can picture him, glasses and whatnot.
Yeah, that's him. Yep. So the idea of this podcast is that he talks about whose celebrity birthdays it is
Yep.
this week, and you have to guess the age of them.
Okay, sure.
So I'll tell you who they are,
Yep.
when their birthday is, not the year, obviously,
Yep.
and then you tell me how old they are. And so obviously the idea is you go through a bit of a process, like what have they done? Do I remember what age they were when they
Sure.
released that
Sure.
something or other?
Sure.
And you sort of talk it through. Because if I just say a person, you go, oh, I don't know, 73.
Right.
That's boring, Campo. Okay. So
Yep.
this week, we had some good ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
September
Okay.
4th, she was born.
September 4th. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say in Destiny's Child,
Yeah. Okay.
which was the early 2000s.
Yeah. See, this is good. I'm glad
She-
you're doing this, not me.
She would have been. I mean, when it started, she would have been like 19, but let's say early 20s.
Yeah. Okay.
That would be about 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say 43.
Oh, Gamby, you're pretty good. Already you're like way closer than I thought. Again,
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm doing this with you. She is born in 1981, which
Oh.
makes her 38 years old.
38. Okay. I went a little older. She must have been really young in Destiny's Child. She must have been about 16. That's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Don't know. Probably. The next one is Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
On September 5th.
Okay, 1989 was Batman.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was
Yep,
thinking.
yep,
You gotta
yep.
start. Yeah.
That's what, 30 years ago? Yep.
What did you say?
1989.
89. Yeah.
Yep.
30. Yeah.
How old was he in Batman? 30 maybe? I'm going to say he's 61.
Well,
Oh, no, he might be a little younger than that. Oh, I'll go 61.
okay. 68 years old.
Is he 68?
He's 68. He's quite old.
He was so old as Batman.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Old.
I can't tell how old anyone is in the 80s.
That's
at
true.
all.
Yeah. No, I
How old
I
was
can
Mel
sort of
Gibson
see
in
that.
the first Lethal Weapon? Was he 20 or was he 40?
I
don't know.
Yeah. I feel like 40 is kind of the standard age for
Of
him. I
everyone.
reckon. Okay.
Wow. Okay. I was a fair bit off on that.
Yeah. It is an old. No, wait. Is that, if you think about it, with all the training Batman has to go through, the progress of Batman's life,
Yeah.
I feel like he'd have to be over 30 when he becomes Batman, right?
Yeah, I don't know why. I guess I just picked, apart from Ben Affleck, who I knew was like 40 something when he did it.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, he's an old Batman.
Yeah.
I always pictured Batman around early 30s. Like Christian
Yeah.
Bale in Batman Begins, like 31, 32.
Yeah. Is he really?
I think so. I don't know.
Damn. I think he was like around 40.
You think of Mel Gibson,
Oh, yeah.
who was always around 40.
Oh, yeah. That's right. He's always around 40. Yeah, like in Braveheart and stuff.
40.
About 40. Charlie Sheen,
Charlie
born
Sheen.
September 3rd.
Yep, okay.
By the way, that was 1951. Just for people who want the year as well and they can't be bothered doing the maths. Michael Keaton, 68, 1951.
I think Charlie Sheen. Again, I need to go landmark movies. So let's go Platoon, which I think was 88.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
forget
say-
that he was like, I only see him as like 2.5 Men,
Right,
Charlie
yeah.
Sheen.
And I reckon he was about 25.
I'm not proud of that, by the way.
I reckon he's about 25, so he'd be about.
Okay. Damn, that's young.
Let's say 54.
Oh my God, that's spot on.
Is it really?
He's 54 years old.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing that you got that. Yeah, 1965,
Wow.
54 years old. I can't believe you got that. That was really, I'm so impressed, Gabriel.
Thank you.
You cheated, didn't you?
Yeah. I know everything there is to know about Charlie Sheen.
Okay.
I know that he's a 9/11 denier. What do you think of that?
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, 'cause
What
his
does he mean? Denier? Like he denies it happened?
No. He's
It was like huge.
He's all about like the can't melt steel beams and controlled explosions and.
Somebody in my work
and
was
then-
talking about that today, funnily enough.
Oh, that's
Just
that's
about no, but
concerning.
they weren't talking about the fact that it was a conspiracy. They were kind of saying like, oh, you know, buildings used to be able to withstand this, or that's how they were built, but they didn't account for the jet fuel, you know, making it burn faster or whatever. I was like, this is a weird conversation to just bring up.
Yeah.
I swear it was out of nowhere. Like I was half listening to the conversation. I
Was
like,
it Charlie
okay.
Sheen?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Keanu Reeves
Ah,
on September 2nd.
Yeah, he's over 50. I know that. Because I remember someone maybe like 2 years ago was like, do you know Keanu Reeves is 50? And I'm like, no, he's 20.
yeah.
It's crazy. So I already know that.
Okay.
He's Hawaiian, so he's got that youthful blood.
Yes, right. Yeah, he does look young.
He's always
Right.
looked 20.
He's about 40.
In the
Oh, you're
way
20,
that,
yeah, that's good.
in the way that Mel Gibson was always 40.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is
He's
always
just
20.
he's just looked like Bill.
Yeah,
his entire life.
Yeah. Like in Speed, he may as well be the same age as he was in John Wick. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 52.
55 years
Is he
old.
55?
He's older than Charlie Sheen.
That is such a good ad for not taking drugs.
Yeah.
To put them side by side and be like, you'll never guess which one's older.
Yeah, that's right. But
just like there was this photo of Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix because they're both playing the Joker.
Yeah.
And it said the only fact you need to know about these two
Yeah.
is that Joaquin Phoenix is younger than Jared
Oh,
Leto
whoa.
by about 6 years. And it's like, oh my God.
oh.
He looks terrible.
Yeah.
And he looks fantastic.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
It could be something that Keanu's doing to make him so young. He's had a horrible
life.
Horrible life.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the key to
Tragedy.
youthful looks.
Yeah.
Cambo, want me to kill somebody you love?
Yeah, we've talked about that off air.
yeah. But this time, there's a good reason for it.
Not just my jealousy.
Yeah. The last one, Cambo. This one, I just put in to throw you into a loop.
Okay.
Also, it was pretty funny. This website that I got them from.
How reputable?
They went. Oh, I don't know. I presume it's right.
Yeah, no one would put something fake on the internet.
Yeah, exactly. It would be weird to put celebrities' birthdays as fake on the internet anyway, right?
I mean, that's the
Incorrect,
case of the
sure,
Rebel Wilson
but
lawsuit,
fake.
right? She didn't want people to know her real age.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! What
She
a
won that lawsuit.
fucking-
So.
I do not like her. Okay. Anywho, this one is Elizabeth I of England.
How old would she be now? Is that
How
the
old
question?
would she be now? Yeah, you
Oh,
can't say
God.
zero
Elizabeth the
or
First.
how old she died. Actually, I should have got that at least.
Oh, she's
This might help.
16th century.
September 7th was her birthday. That might, just in case that you have to take that into consideration.
I'm just going to take a
She's
wild
15th
shot.
century. I'll give you that.
15th century. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's 1400s.
Oh no,
Right.
16th century.
Okay,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
actually quite.
I
dumb
can't
of
believe
me.
I actually got the century right.
yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. let
You
me
get points
just-
for that already.
So over 600.
No,
Wait. Yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, no.
because
Over 500.
no,
Because if 1500 to 2000 is 500.
this still makes sense.
Oh, wait. Yeah. So she's in her 400s.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
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 Yeah, okay, yeah. So this one is really a real mind fuck. Oh,
Yeah.
mind F, sorry.
Yeah. God,
Uh,
Cameron.
428.
486.
Ah.
She was born in 1533.
Well, she doesn't look a day over 428 is what I'm saying. She
Yeah.
looks bloody great.
I reckon people
Good
in
pe-
the 16th century always looked about 400.
Yeah. Well, when our American listeners need to know that we're still technically part of the royal still roll, so we need to say nice things. So she looks fantastic.
Oh
for
my
that
god,
age.
so pretty.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, and we had never plotted to kill them.
Not once.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yep.
Don't know why we brought it up
Yeah.
even. But
Didn't need to.
didn't need to
didn't need
because
to.
we've never thought about
No,
it.
no,
Never
no.
thought about
Don't have schematics.
exploiting them
Don't-
for the wealth that they have. The plenty of
Yeah.
the
I
royal
have,
wealth.
I have that poster of Guy Fawkes as a joke.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, that was it, campaign.
I
That
didn't
was
mind that. That
the
was fun.
birthday game.
Yeah.
You did very well. Honestly, I would have been horrible at this. Like the role reversal would have been impossible.
Right. By the way, my podnapping for next week, I think you'll do very poorly because it's music based.
Awesome.
Just letting you know.
Maybe I'll get a guest on. Okay. Now it's time for Ask Me Anything.
Yes.
Where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
Yes. I've just opened the emails. I've seen one very long email and one very short one.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with the short one.
Yeah. I knew
This
it.
is from Jay. It says, gentlemen, after hearing your thoughts on my question last week about teleporting 400 years into the past and then throwing the question back to me, I thought long and hard about it, about how I could prove this. I could not. So yeah. Think about this, Jay.
Not so dumb after all, are we, Jay?
We'll turn
Or
on
a-
a dime on any of our listeners.
All right. Yeah, exactly.
So therefore, I decided to put a more plausible question forward to you. If you could place one furious elephant into any point in history, where would you put it?
Funeral.
Keep up the
Done it.
slightly better okay than okay work, Jay. We're improving in his eyes.
Yeah, that's true. We've gotten a little bit better. Next week is gonna be like, maybe
Back down.
Yeah.
There's a bell curve. I hit the top.
Yeah. I mean, funeral. Just to go back. The previous question. Didn't think about putting a raging elephant into a funeral home.
Here's my plan.
Yeah.
Furious elephant's very funny.
Okay, funny.
But you could put it kind of anywhere and it could cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
But I want longevity out of the furious elephant. So I want to put it somewhere that is very historically significant and that there is depictions of. So here's what I'm thinking.
So you're saying it doesn't just disrupt
like
an event.
I could put it in a Walmart or something and it'd be funny to watch it go through the Walmart.
Yeah.
But I want people to be like, do you see that furious elephant? So here's what I'm thinking. There is a famous photo in Times Square after the war in which a sailor is kissing a woman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a furious elephant in the background.
It's just like knocked some people up.
People are flying in the air. This elephant is rampaging through.
I think that picture would look quite different.
Yeah. Because famously the story goes in that photo, after he kissed her, that woman slapped him because he didn't ask her permission.
All
But
right.
I think that circumstance would have changed. Her priorities would have changed, and she would have said, let's run from that furious elephant.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about what you've done.
Yeah.
But he might have got away with it, a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Getting them into iconic photos.
Yeah.
is
Or like
interesting.
things that are depicted.
You know
what? Like the birth of Jesus is always depicted in small models, and there's normally a camel there or a little
Just
sheep.
an elephant.
Just a furious elephant.
Furious elephant. Just killed one of the wise men.
Yeah, because the story would then be the two wise men. One of them brought ivory.
Okay, I got one. Tiananmen Square.
Yeah.
One guy standing in front of a tank, and the elephant. I think
Is the elephant on the side of the man, or is he on the side of the tanks?
I like that it's just in the background.
Okay.
It's kind of like a second part of the Tiananmen
It's kind
Square
of like, because
thing.
everyone has that image of the guy with these little bags
Yeah.
in front of the tank. And then it's like, have you ever seen this? And they zoom out. And there's just a furious elephant.
Yeah. It's just knocking a few people around on both sides.
And he's like, the weird thing is no one ever talks about that elephant. It's so weird.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Don't even know who released it. Boy, was it angry.
Furious, in fact.
Furious. Yeah, I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the massacre of Tiananmen Square was quite funny anyway.
That was
It's like an elephant in there.
It's
Hilarious.
hilarious point. Yeah.
Elephants
are funny.
We've covered some weird topics.
Yeah.
Who won the Second World War? Technically, what if it's a Nazi?
Yeah.
What if there's an elephant in Tiananmen Square?
Yeah. That's all I got.
Yep. All right. So I think that's good. I want it in the Times Square photo of the man kissing the woman, the sailor kissing the woman, and you want it in Tiananmen Square.
Ooh. Also maybe like when in the Wall Street crash, I think that would liven things up a little bit.
Would you replace, because there's famously a big bull on Wall
it's-
Street?
It's the elephant.
Yeah, it's just a furious
like-
elephant.
This is literally what happened.
That the bull was a metaphor.
Yeah.
But the elephant represents the time there was a
There
furious
was an
elephant.
elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they
A
wouldn't
lot
call
of
him-
people lost their money. A lot of people lost their lives.
They wouldn't call him the Wolf of Wall Street. They'd be like, he's like that furious elephant that came
The
through.
furious elephant in Wall Street. Remember that? Oh, man.
He's like that.
That really did a number on us.
And numbers are
like
our
those,
thing.
like those stocks that plummeted.
We thought that was the worst thing that happened. And then an elephant came crashing through the doors.
Okay. Here's another one.
Sure.
This is by Amanda. Firstly, she starts off. Nearly everyone loves schemes of nimble wit. It spells Nelson
Yeah,
for
I like
those
it, I like
interested.
it.
And can always make billions, okay?
Hey, I
Can
like
do.
that. I like that.
Apparently, you can make billions.
Okay.
Okay? Okay?
I like that is about someone that's doubting me.
yeah.
Always make billions, okay?
Yeah, that's right. Hi guys, I think I want to save your latest podcast because it made me laugh so much. That crazy sitting/dancing room and the two of you just laughing at it really made me laugh too. It was great.
Question, because we've discovered that sometimes people laughing can impact other people's lives.
Yeah.
Did you laughing at that podcast impact someone else negatively in any way?
Yeah.
We do like to know that.
Could have happened. You asked about the word monetarily. Well, as far as I've been told, if you can pronounce it, then it's a word. And you did a good job of pronouncing that one. So I'm going to go along with it being a legit word. Made total sense to me. Didn't even check the dictionary on it. I think you're good.
Sweet.
I like that idea that if you can pronounce a word and people know what you want to say,
Yeah.
it's a word.
And also the thing is when people are like, is that a word? And you're like, well, technically everything's a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. If
Flugon is a word.
If you...
What does it mean? I don't know. I made it up, but it's a word.
Yeah. Is it? Now I want to look up the definition
Of
of
flugon.
No, of word. Not of flugon. Of word.
All
Because maybe word has to have a definition. You
That's
know?
true.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody...
Flugon,
Amanda.
Flugon. Okay. Flugon means someone that was laughing at a podcast to the peril of others.
Okay.
You actually looking it up. Okay.
I've looked at flugon definition. Someone / something will be the death of me. That's just
Is that really what it says?
Ignored the word. Someone / something will be the death of me. Definition. I don't even think that's for the word flugon.
Well.
You know what? Flugon's not a word. Okay, I'm going to do this, which everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Is the definition of word. A single distinct meaningful element of speech or writing.
Meaningful. Yeah.
Yeah. If you say flugon with enough conviction,
Yeah.
it's meaningful.
I didn't though.
Used with used with others to form a sentence. You have to put it in a sentence.
Not always. What if you're like, how are you? Good. Wow, that's not a word, is it? It's not using a sentence.
Or how about
Yeah.
What's that?
That's a sound.
Is that a word though?
Amanda, get back to us. Is a word.
We can say it. Okay. Not so good for me was the phrase, the proof is in the pudding. Though when I Googled it, I learned that it's... Don't Google stuff. I mean, come on.
No, as long
Spoils
as
the
as long
fun.
as she did it after the show.
Okay, yeah. Don't ever Google during the show. That's the show rule.
Yeah. Even though Nelson literally just
it's
Googled
Canva, shut up. That's so good for me was the phrase, the proof is in the pudding. Though when I Googled it, I learned that it's been around for about 100 years.
Wow.
So I guess I just should stop being so pissy about it. It is shortened version of the phrase, the proof of the pudding is in the eating.
Ah.
See, the proof is in the eating, not in the pudding. I apologize for making the running joke in what was otherwise a fine podcast.
That's true. You did apply some logic to it. And now our joke, in hindsight, isn't funny at all.
You see, you have to eat the pudding in order to get the proof of it having been any good. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to say now, the proof is in the eating.
Yep.
To anyone.
And then they'll be like, what do you mean? You're like, uncultured.
yeah. I'm not going to explain it, obviously.
I'm sorry. I'll say it in your terms. The proof is in the pudding. You're saying it incorrectly.
Like a fucking
also
idiot.
a peanut, not a nut. And the monster wasn't called Frankenstein. That was the doctor.
Do you know I saw on Reddit this week where somebody tried to correct somebody, but they were wrong?
Oh, really?
They were like, God damn it, Frankenstein was the doctor. But they were referencing the
doctor?
the scientist. They were referencing the scientist. It's like, you're the idiot.
I have seen one where someone's written in pen at the end of the book Frankenstein. It said, the monster drifted away and he said, don't worry, you can call me Frankenstein. That's fine.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. A couple of weeks ago, you did a podnapping I suggested of myths and legend. The main thing I like about Jason's podcast is the way he tells it, which I didn't quite get from your version of it.
What?
However, I did love your telling of the Montague Street Bridge story. What it did remind me of is another podcast I love listening to, which is called Citation Needed. Basically, they read something on Wikipedia and then do a podcast about it. It's very similar to your Montague Street Bridge story, only
And my
their
hypothesis
version
about a lot of these podcasts.
has more heckling and dick jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, I listened back to that bit. Wasn't that great?
Okay.
Turns out a lot harder to just read a Wikipedia article and make it sound good.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, Probably editing.
No. That can't possibly be it.
that if after 154 episodes comes down to editing, it's going to blow my mind.
Imagine how good this show could be.
It could be so good. Oh boy. Anyway. And speaking of dicks, I've never had any.
I love our listeners.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of dicks.
You know what I realized? I don't even know if there's a question in here.
Okay.
I don't think I read it. Speaking of dicks, I mean, it's because we asked her to do so many things.
We did ask her to write it.
Yeah. Speaking of dicks, I've never had anyone send me a dick pic.
Oh, yeah.
And I have to say, I'm glad of that. I think the reason most of us keep our genitals in our pants most of the time is that they're not a particularly attractive part of the body. Look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe everyone else is. Or no, that's such an attractive dick, vagina, cloaca. We should all be looking at that. And the only reason we don't have them on billboards everywhere is the jealousy factor. But personally, I'll just stick with looking at faces.
Fair enough.
Thanks for making me laugh. Take care, Amanda.
Oh, good question, Amanda.
I guess the proof is in the eating.
Yeah.
Did I use that right?
Yeah.
There was a question in here, actually. Can always make billions. Okay.
Well, that's true.
Answer that.
And yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is okay.
Yes. The answer is yes. But no, thank you for writing in.
Yeah, thank you.
Amanda, we really appreciate it. You don't have to write in with a question. You can write in with just stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
in fact, thank you for our on a whim asking you to look something up for us.
yeah.
And we're happy to wait 1 to 2 weeks for the response because
Yeah.
we're not going to look it up.
We're not going to look it up.
I would have gone my whole life not knowing that the proof is in the eating.
That's right.
I never would have looked it up, I'll be honest with you.
Proof is in the
But
eating.
I'm glad I know it.
Now we know. Now all you listeners know.
Yep.
And you're welcome.
Yep.
But that's it. So thank you for writing in, Jane. Thank you for writing in, Amanda. You can do so by writing into us at Reddit Podcast, READIT Podcast at gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit. They are all READIT Podcast. And we'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I know we spoke about this earlier in the episode, obviously. And to all you aliens out there.
We got you again.
Got you again. Now you have to double subscribe. No, wait. I think that means you unsubscribe.
Well,
if you tap the button twice.
I think in the world of marketing, it's supposed to be like 10 impressions of something. And then if you're going to purchase, you kind of get 10 impressions of something. And then you
So you
start
need to say it 10
consider.
times.
I think so.
Subscribe. But more importantly, we'd love if you could leave us a review. Rate us the old 5 stars. Even if you don't believe it, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to bring you up on it.
Here's the thing. Rate us 5 stars. Then write whatever you want about the show.
Yeah.
You can tell us it's terrible.
Yeah,
Just rate us 5
It's
stars.
the worst
when
show
you do it.
ever,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
5 stars.
And if you're an intergalactic person, whatever your rating system standard is.
Rate us 5 flurgons.
Yeah. Very good. Is that a word?
Yes, wait.
Yeah.
You see, I said it with conviction.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And if people would just want to write in, you don't have to ask us a question. I do want to know what item they would bring to a funeral to ruin it.
Yeah, that's right. I think
Yeah.
we nailed it on the head
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
did.
stingrays. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we will read you later.